24, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude for this invitation and for being a part of this closing event of the TRTA project. I have been asked to give my testimony on the benefits of intellectual property protection of Tinalak Cloth of Lake Cebu in the province of South Cotabato. To start with, I would like to introduce our people whom we are caring for. Next is our Tinalak heritage and the composition of our organization, Tinalak Tao Cebu Incorporated, and finally, of course, the benefits of this project. Yes, the Boli tribe are indigenous in Lake Cebu. We call ourselves in our local dialect, Tinalak Tao Cebu. And we have an estimated population of 91,400 people. That is Lake Cebu, our historical home and heartland of the Boli people, wherein all the materials needed for making Tinalak are exclusively found in that area. That's why we have strong link to our territory in terms of lobbying for geographical indication. Tinalak weaving, of course, is our tradition. It's a way of life among the Boli women. It is a sacred art. Its design has its own story. It's created out of dreams being transpired or being instructed by Fudalo, the spirit of Abaka. Our Tinalak is handwoven using backstrap loom. And our materials is natural fabric, and all the natural colors, all the colors that we've seen in the Tinalak fabric came from vegetables dyes. The slide you see in front is part of the code of we have under the project, the TRTA 3 project. We have a code of practice workshop wherein we visit the house of our Gawad Manilikat, or the national living treasures of our tribe, Langdulay, the famous weavers that made Tinalak. Next slide. Yes, slide 5 to 8 shows Boli women, and they are making Tinalak. And with regards to the composition of our Tinalak Tao Cebu Incorporated, our TTS strives to protect the Tinalak as a high-quality fabric, product made from only raw materials found uniquely in the mountains surrounding Lake Cebu and from the Boli tribe forest and farms. This was initiated in 2014 through the help of the RTA project. It composed of 750 women members. And these 750 women weavers coming from 8 producers group or association. One, the Lake Cebu Indigenous Women Association Incorporated, which I founded. Ibunhulumatol, Langdulay Weaving Center, Tandangan Tubali Cebu Association, Women Health and Development, Kawil Moteportos Cooperative Incorporated and School of Living Traditions. Our products in the market, such as household products, we have also table runners, placemats. We also made Ibori embroidery jacket with heads foam. That's it. And that is our logo. We was able to contact with the designer to make our logo with the help of the TRTA funds. Process, this is where the assistance of the RTA started. They help us in identification of products, characteristics, and assessment of internal and external potentials. That's where our code of practice was formalized. With that, strengthening the cohesion of the group of producers, developing code of practice, devising a mechanism of attribution, and hopefully obtaining legal protection. The project outcomes, actually, you can read that one. And this is the best thing we acquired under the project. Our code of practice signed during the Tanalak Tausgo General Assembly, where all the stakeholders of Tinalak are agreed to adapt the code of practice we made. Our code of practice is divided into two parts. A document with two parts. First, unified standard of identification, wherein you know the link of the products to its territory and the reputation of the quality of the product. And the second one is the production of the Tinalak Tausgo, the articles and the product name, type, and the description of Tinalak. The Intellectual Property Office of Philippines listed the Tinalak as a collective trademark. That is the very best achievements we have for us as an IP in ACP. And now about the benefits. First, the economic impact. It is benefited by the 800 weavers. With this project, before the project, 9 out of 10 women were so very dependent on their husbands in bringing in income to the family. Because of that, in our place before, polygamous marriage is very rampant. And because of polygamous marriage, early marriages was also rampant. And because of that tradition, we find ourselves in such a mysterious situation. Poverty is rampant. But because of this project, you help us to elevate the status of women. That's why it leads us to social impact. Only women's social status was elevated, as the weaving business empowered them to break out of stereotypical roles, which allowed them to pursue their own economic opportunities. With this, we can say it restores gender balance in the community. This is very important impact with us. Having European Union and having EDI with this project, we found out that 70% of the household incomes for today is coming from handicrafts, is coming from Tinala. And because of that, our experience, we are now part of decision making, not only in our home, but also in the entire community. Because of your help, we have a stable income. We have a stable source of income. And we are very privileged to be part of this project. And of course, cultural preservation. With this project, you allow us to preserve our tradition. And the very good thing about the weaving enterprise reduces the artisan's dependency on the forest as the primary source of income. Handicraft can bring higher income in less time and less effort than kainin. This is the practice of slashing and burning cultivation. With this, I would like to grab an opportunity to give my special thanks to European Union, because you will help us to protect our environment. Because we notice that when people are planting more abaca plants, their desire to protect big trees are there, because without the big trees, without shadow of the big trees to protect the abaca from direct sunlight, because without big trees, we cannot produce high quality fabrics. Without big trees, maybe we are not competitive in the market. But because of your help, we are now protecting from illegal cutting of trees. That's why we are very thankful to have the TRTA project with us. And because of this project, you also help us to have our collective mark, to boast to the market that we are the people who are producing authentic Tinala fabrics and coming from natural materials with using a vegetables dyes, not a synthetic one. And yes, I would like to end my speech by saying thank you for empowering indigenous women weavers in Lake Siposa.
In front of you, and we'll be sharing how glad they are and how they had helped, actually how the EU had helped the fisher folk bring their products also in the international market. So for now, His Excellency Ambassador Franz Jessen, members of the EU TRTA delegation, honorable undersecretaries and undersecretaries, colleagues, distinguished guests, good morning. It's a distinct honor and privilege to be invited here and to speak in behalf of the Undersecretary for Fisheries of the Department of Agriculture, who is also concurrently the Director of the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. Commodore Eduardo Tongona apologizes for his absence as he is out of the country. The Bureau is truly elated of the TRTA's recognition of the country's concerted efforts to address deficiencies on IUU fishing. This feat would not be possible without the support and engagement of the EU's TRTA 3 projects following the audit mission. Allow me, in the next 10 or so minutes, to acquaint you of the importance of fisheries in the country, what we are losing in terms of our battle against IUU fishing, and finally, walk you through the challenges that the government, in cooperation with the EU, had hurdled hand in hand with the private sector, the stakeholders, NGOs, and the CSOs to address IUU fishing. Next slide. Globally, some 26 million metric tons of fish and other aquatic resources are lost due to IUU fishing. This represents around 15% of the worldwide reported value of catches, enough to have fed 1.3 billion individuals at a per capita of 20 kilograms per year. It's for Philippines, actually. In the Philippines, the socio-economic and environmental impact of IUU fishing is huge. Losses from blast fishing alone is estimated at 65.6 trillion pesos in the next 2 decades, while losses due to poaching may range from 37,000 to 75,000 US dollar per foreign poacher. The continued degradation of the West Philippine Sea has been estimated at 4.5 billion annually. Finally, encroachment by commercial fishing vessels in municipal waters displaces around 40 municipal fishers per day. The challenge of IUU fishing further exacerbates the condition of the country's marine resources, as we see declining covers of coral, mangrove, and swampland, as well as overfished fishing grounds. Despite the situation, the fisheries industry remains to be an important economic sector, as it directly provides jobs and livelihoods to more than 1.6 million stakeholders. Next slide. From 2010 to 2014, the country has been exporting a total of 250,000 metric tons of fish, worth 1.07 billion US dollar. This represents around 5% of the average total produce of 4.87 million metric tons from 2010 to 2014. Yet, despite the country's recognition as one of the world's top producing countries, 4 of 10 artisanal municipal fishers are living below the poverty line. These challenges, along with the country's weaknesses on IUU fishing compliance, led to the EU's issuance of a yellow card in June 2014. However, the good news is that it also opened up doors for cooperation between the two countries, with EU offering assistance in the form of audit missions and the TRTA 3 project. At this point, let me walk you through memory lane to see how in less than a year, the country was able to gain its green card from the EU. The battle against IUU fishing was started as early as 2001 by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, with the signing by member countries of the International Plan of Action Against IUU Fishing. In 2013, the Philippine Committee on IUU Fishing was created under Executive Order Number 154 that also adopted the National Plan of Action Against IUU Fishing. A year later, and even before the issuance of the yellow card, TRTA 3 sent its first expert to assist BIFAR, particularly in the following concerns: providing the overall context of the IUU fishing problem in the Philippines, improving catch certification system, and enhancing the monitoring, control, and surveillance system of the vessel monitoring system. The TRTA has in fact deployed 3 experts in succession in May, September, and October of the said year. In June, the guidelines on establishing a traceability system for fish and fishery products took effect. FAO 251 series of 2014 covered wild-caught and farmed fish and other aquatic products. In October of the same year, the Department of Budget and Management finally released a total of 778 permanent plantilla items for fisheries regulatory officers. This is a big boost to strengthen the Bureau's regulatory and law enforcement functions. It has been about 2 decades that the BFAR has not got any permanent items. So the fact that the EU had helped us through these challenges is a very, very good thing that had happened. On the same month, the UN 1995 Fish Stocks Agreement, or UNFSA, has also entered into force for the country. The country continued to be actively engaged in regional and international undertakings against IUU fishing under the ASEAN, APFIC, and the Coral Triangle Initiative. It has also partnered with the US government in combating wildlife trafficking and other environmental crimes. With the completion of the National Registry of Municipal Fisherfolk, or FishR, the Bureau also launched its national program for community fish landing centers, targeting 252 municipal sites in 2015, 271 sites in 2016, and an additional 202 for this year. Why is this important? It's because the country is composed of more than 7,000 islands, and that many of our municipal fishermen are there, and it's important there is that this facility that would serve them as an economic hub to consolidate catches, and in so doing help in traceability and catch documentation. In addition to providing training on fishing, post-harvest, and processing, fisherfolk are also trained to manage and protect the resources in this venue. In Feb 2015, the Bicameral Committee approved and signed into law the amendments to the Philippine Fisheries Code, which is known as RA 10654. The BFAR, through the Philippine Committee, undertook a series of consultations with stakeholders and had worked closely with the legal teams of both the legislative branches, the Senate and the Congress. An expert from the TRTA has also supported the BFAR during dialogues with the Congress and the Senate. RA 10654 took effect on March 24, 2015. In brief, the amended law incorporated stringent sanctions and effective measures to address all aspects of IUU fishing. Specifically, the law introduces the concept of illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. Unreported and unregulated fishing became new or was recognized as new offenses. RA 10654 also addresses high seas fishing and fishing in other coastal states by Philippine flag fishing vessels. It emphasizes compliance and conventions to conserve and manage living marine resources, such as the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea or UNCLOS, ecosystems-based approach, and precautionary principle. It increases fines and adopts a wide variety of accompanying administrative penalties for serious violations to ensure that sanctions are dissuasive and have deterrent effect. And it also adopts broad measures on port stay, flag stay, vessel monitoring measures, observer program, catch documentation, and market-related measures. So barely 10 months after EU's issuance of the yellow card, all efforts undertaken by the Philippine government with the assistance of TRTA 3 in addressing compliance to its campaign against IUU fishing gained its ground. In April 21, next slide, EU lifted the yellow card and issued the country a green card. Thank you very much, TRTA. So what's the IUUF agenda with our new administration? What is it for Philippine fisheries under the new administration? President Rodrigo Duterte, in his speech during the DA's distribution of livelihood interventions in Basilan, prompts all engaged in the fisheries industry not to destroy the marine life, Under the 10 foundational goals of the present administration, Secretary Emmanuel Piñol underscored that there will be a relentless campaign for enforcement of fisheries law, particularly against illegal fishing. In fact, an anti-illegal fishing task force in West Philippine Sea was created sometime August, including the organization of Bantay Lao, where members of fishing and seafaring indigenous people are organized to help in monitoring the seas where fishing close season is being observed. To further engage local governments in eradicating fishing, promoting conservation through protection of the resources, drive against pollution, and mangrove rehabilitation, the department has launched the Malinis at Masaganang Karagatan. This is the Clean and Sustainable Seas Program. LGUs compete for recognition and Fisherfolk Livelihood Program worth 20 million, 7 million, and 5 million for the most outstanding first and second runner-up, respectively. The DAPFAR remained persistent in its campaign against illegal fishing as it continues to build capacity of its regulatory and law enforcement teams through continuing training and request for acquisition of more logistics. No less than Secretary Piñol ordered the suspension of local executives involved in illegal fishing. Since last month, LGUs have been receiving 38-footer fiberglass reinforced plastic vessels constructed by no less than fisher folk trained by the BFAR. In addition, the 2 units of locally constructed 50-meter steel-hulled multi-mission patrol vessels will be completed by July. This will complement the 124 units of MCS patrol vessels and boats of the BFAR. Also this month, the National Adjudication Committee is on its final organizational setup and will start its work to fast-track the resolution of fishery law cases. Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, there are still a lot of work to be done. The deliverables of the implementing rules and regulations for RA 10654 are being worked out, not just by the BFAR, but also with other partners from other national government agencies, NGOs, CSOs, and the stakeholders themselves. The BFAR has to continue to strengthen its regulatory and law enforcement capacity and expand its water and perhaps even air logistics, in addition to refining and fully implementing all those rules and regulations on IUU fishing. This, in fact, is very important for the more than 1.6 million fisherfolk who are dependent on the fishing industry. In closing, let me again reiterate our appreciation with the EU and our TRTA partners. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. Thank you very much for all the assistance you have provided our country. Rest assured that we will remain true in our efforts to curb IUU fishing for all generations. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dela Cherie G. Puno from the FDA, Director General of the FDA. I'll be talking about a few things, but one of my team members will be talking about the details. To our distinguished fellows in this hall, the European Union Ambassador, Mr. Franz Jessen, Ambassador Penkok Lee of Singapore, Ambassador Jan Christensen of Denmark, Councillor Pedro Pascual of Spain, Ambassador Matthias Lenz, Deputy Head of the European Union Delegation, our secretaries, and to all the luminaries and trailblazers from the industry, academe, and government who came to this milestone event, magandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Our beloved country, the Philippines, has always been in the heart of bustling trade routes connecting Asia, the Americas, and Europe. An example is the Manila-Acapulco galleon trade, hauling in tons and tons of spices for trading. Regionally, the country has also traded with neighboring countries such as China, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, South Korea, Malaysia, and Indonesia. A great part of these were food commodities. Today, due to the globalization and greater trade liberalization, the Philippines, now more than ever, is facing the real challenge of ensuring that our food supply is safe and excellent quality for domestic and international distribution. To empower the government offices regulating food and food products, Republic Act 10611, or the Food Safety Act of 2013, was enacted. This law mandates greater coordination and collaboration of government offices to ensure food safety. One of its key features is the establishment of a national rapid alert system for food and feed. This will identify and subsequently notify the existence of direct or indirect risks to human health from domestically and internationally traded food and feed. This afternoon, we are finally launching the Philippine Rapid Alert System for food and feed. The day has arrived after years of preparation with the continuous support from the European Union through the Trade-Related Technical Assistance Program. The PhilRASP is a powerful tool for exchange of information as it harnesses the potential of the internet for connectivity that can cover a wide range of area, especially beneficial for an archipelagic country like the Philippines. In this network, various government agencies scattered in the whole country will be interconnected for the immediate notification of food safety alerts. Relevant information combined with a rapid dissemination platform provides greater assurance that the government can exact timely regulatory action to assure safety of food and food products. This national initiative would not be possible without the strong support of our partners, particularly the European Union delegation here in the country. Our sincerest appreciation, Mr. Ambassador, for all the assistance that the European Union has generously given us. Yes, the launching of the PhilRASP is a milestone, but it is just a start. It certainly is not done, and it will never be finished. We at the Food and Drug Administration assure you that this bond of interconnectivity through PhilRASP will help us in our goal to provide for our citizens and the citizens of the world food products that are always safe and of quality. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.